All right, so we are in Second Chronicles today. Again, the author's not stated, but it is traditionally attributed to Ezra the priest. The date range is from 970 BC to the 500s BC. That date range starts with the accession of King Solomon to the throne, and then when the exiled Jews will return to Jerusalem in the end there. The key theme of Second Chronicles is that it gives us the history of Israel from Solomon all the way to the destruction of Israel. So it's got that whole theme throughout it. When King David dies and his son Solomon is made the king, he builds this massive temple, Solomon's temple. And he becomes one of the most prominent rulers that has ever reigned. He's the one that gets all the wisdom. He asks God for wisdom and things like that. But when he dies, the Jewish nation will actually divide in the remainder of Second Chronicles. The various kings will kind of be profiled right down until the Babylonian destruction of Jerusalem, when the Babylonians come in and destroy everything. The book does end, though, with the Persian king Cyrus allowing the Jews to rebuild the devastated temple after the Babylonians have destroyed it. A couple of quotable verses, chapter 6 and verse 14 says, O Lord God of Israel, there is no God like thee in the heaven nor in the earth, which keepest covenant and showest mercy unto thy servants that walk before thee with all their hearts. And then chapter 7 verse 14 says, If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. God was trying to reach out to the children of Israel, asking them to come back to him. Something unique about this book is that actually the last three verses of Second Chronicles are repeated exactly in the first three verses of Ezra. So First and Second Chronicles were one book, and then they were divided for the scroll length and things like that. But then you have Ezra repeating the last three verses in the beginning part of it, so it's kind of interesting. So what do we take away from Second Chronicles? What do we learn from Second Chronicles? It says, or one of the things that we can take away is that God's punishment isn't intended to hurt or to harm his people. It's intended to bring them back to him. God gave opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. During this time, you've got prophets who are coming and prophesying and saying, this is what we need to do. We need to get back to God. We need to get back to God. Right now, in my personal devotions, I'm in Isaiah, and he's crying out and asking them to come back to God, and they're not listening. And so God brings punishment to send them back to him, to bring them back into fellowship with him. So God doesn't do that just to harm or watch somebody get hurt. He does it so that people will turn back to him. Again, pray today for somebody that you can invite to Easter. It's Wednesday, so make sure that you are inviting somebody for this coming Sunday, especially here at Harmony, for the 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock service. Have a good day.